It says live on Facebook on my side.
There we go. Sorry if, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and I see it shows live on Facebook.
Good. Right. In our discussion this afternoon, we are going to interview Revd Stanton Robertson, who is a distinctive deacon in the Diocese of False Bay and attached to the parish of All Saints, Muizenberg. Reverend, can you tell us how long have you been in the distinctive ministry in the Diocese of False Bay?
Father Stafford, this will be my 5th year in May that I will be as an active distinctive deacon in the Diocese of False Bay. By the 16th, I will be 5 years in the ministry of the distinctive deacon.
Okay. Tell me, what made you decide to enter the distinctive diaconate?
You see, it's been there for many years, but I haven't really discovered this, that I wanted to move into the distinctive diaconate. Because as a lay minister, you know, I was active in the church and you know, things like that. So I felt the need, you know, that people out there need to be ministered to. And as a rector or a priest in charge of a parish, you know, they might not be able to do what the distinctive deacon do in terms of ministering to God's people physically in their homes. So, you know, that's how my taking is on the distinctive diaconate, that you as a deacon will have the opportunity to go into the people's homes and you know, minister to them there.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to somebody who would express an interest in becoming a distinctive deacon? How would you explain to them what processes they should follow and where would they need to start?
Thinking of going into the ministry of the distinctive diaconate, you know, first of all, it's a prayerful, you know, I hope you need to pray about this, because it's not a ministry that is taken lightly, because there's a lot of things that you have to do. There's a lot of, you know, energy that goes into it. So if you are a person that is really passionate in ministering to the people of God and you know, being active in the life of the church, then, you know, this is something that somebody needs to think about, really think about. Because as I'm also, I have a full-time sort of a job, but even through that, you know, you need to juggle between your work life and your ministry. So yeah, it's really something to think about.
Okay. You've been 5 years, you say this year, May, would be 5 years in the distinctive diaconate ministry in the Diocese of False Bay. What would you see, give some highlights of the 5 years that you've been in this ministry in the diocese?
Wow, Father. There's a lot. There's a lot of highlights. There's a lot of experiences. There's a lot of you know, things that I can share about these past 5 years. One recently, a highlight should be for me that it was the first in our diocese that a distinctive deacon were licensed to a particular parish, and currently at All Saints in Muizenberg. That was one of the highlights that I will never forget. And then also the other part was that, you know, I had the opportunity as a distinctive deacon to go to rural areas, you know, to be in the homes of people in the rural area, to listen to their experiences, life experiences. Yeah, you know, it's amazing how the distinctive Diaconate can be so positive in the beloved diocese. And thanks to Bishop Margaret, you know, that he's really putting this out there for the distinctive Diaconate.
And then lastly, how do you cope in this time of COVID-19 lockdown as a distinctive deacon, and you know you've been called to take the word into the world and bring the needs of the world into the church? How do you feel at this point in time where it's virtually impossible to do that?
Yeah, Father Stafford, you know, I'm saddened with the fact that I cannot do ministry to the people at this current time, you know, by going to them and be there with them. It saddened me that I cannot do that. But what I can say is that during this time, you know, we do motivations, we do devotions, we do sermons, we do midday prayers and things like that, and that makes me feel that I'm still part of doing the work or the duties of a distinctive deacon.
Revd Stanton, thank you very much for your time and for the willingness to talk to me about your ministry, and particularly being a distinctive deacon within the diocese and being attached to the parish of All Saints Muizenberg. Much appreciated. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.